How's it going, everyone? My name is Dalton Trainer with Cartoons Incorporated in Greenville, Mississippi. I've been a professional in the industry for roughly the last 14 years. All 14 of those years have been at my family business location, Cartoons Inc. in Greenville, Mississippi. And before we get into the rest of this video, I'd love to give a huge shout out and thank you to Mr. Chris Cook, Richard Bassler, and the rest of the MEA team for allowing us to participate in these amazing awards. One of my biggest professional achievements this past year was being able to teach at the Las Vegas and Nashville Knowledge Fest events. Me and my mother, Kimberly Trainer, taught a class on professionalism in the workspace, achieving the polished professional look, and ways to achieve higher dollar tickets. For me, this class meant everything because I was able to give back to our industry. This is something that I really enjoy doing, and I feel like if there's anything I can give or learn from industry professionals, it's valuable.
See, my old man's got a problem. Yeah, with the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look.
My clients and coworkers both would probably describe me as somebody that's extremely passionate, meticulous, and very thorough. I've had several clients and fellow coworkers tell me that, and it really does reflect. I'm extremely excited about everything that we do here, from basic radios when the newest radio comes out to doing full, custom installs. It all just does the same for me. It makes me happy on the inside, and it reflects to my client and my coworkers, and just when everybody sees you're happy about what you're doing, it just makes the environment better, right? Um, and then as far as being meticulous, they can tell the wiring techniques that I use and how clean the installation is, that I'm meticulous as far as that goes. And then the thoroughness. I'm always going to check the vehicle over twice when I'm finished with it to make sure everything's in the vehicle that it came with, all the panels are in correctly, and it's just ready for the client to take and enjoy. And then when I take it to the client and deliver it to them, we go over all the installation procedures, equipment locations, and how to work all of the new products that they've purchased from us. So being thorough like that just gives them reassurance that they chose the right guy. When it comes to my installation specialty, I would really say car audio is my specialty because I'm very fast paced and very well rounded. From doing one day, deck and four jobs, the next day we may be doing 2-channel, 4-channel amp installs, building custom sub enclosures, doing OEM integration, clean wiring on amp racks, custom fabrication like this console. I just finished this for a 74 Caprice that we're doing an enormous audio system on. I'm very well rounded, and I feel like I can do everything that I do at a very high standard. But if I was to pinpoint and say one thing that I think in particular, it would probably be OEM integration. I really enjoy integrating to the factory systems, deciphering what the factory system's doing with the RTA, and using new DSP technology to utilize factory speaker locations in doors, dash, pillars, those locations to keep the vehicle looking factory, but definitely sounding way better than factory. When it comes to my personal philosophy or professional philosophy, it's just always be honest. Honesty is the key to any great relationship. If you're honest with your client up front and let them know every thing that you're doing and keep them updated along the way, the whole process just goes extremely smooth. What I would like my clients to remember about the installation aspect of my services is the value and quality that I bring to them. And by that, I mean the quality of the installation by using auction-free copper wiring, soldering connections, using wire ferrules, using threaded inserts and machine hardware over self-tappers, doing things to go out of my way to protect their vehicle by wrapping the back of it in paint protection film or putting seat covers down, floor mats, things like that. When the client sees that you're taking care of their vehicle, it really builds the value in the installation. And they're going to tell all of their friends, hey, when he worked on my car, he protected all the paint on the areas, he put seat covers down, and they may be talking about the next shop that doesn't do that. And that's how you build quality in yourself. And that's something that I would want my clients to remember about me. Industry professionals that have influenced me and my career would include Carlos Parra, one of my great friends. Me and him on a daily basis talk multiple times, sharing installation techniques, custom fab work that we're doing. If we're working on the CNC laser and find something new, we're always sharing this knowledge between me and him, and it really helps me push to be a better installer or professional. Same thing with him. I'm always pushing him to do his best and get out of his comfort zone. Archie Speaks is another one of those guys. Anytime you pick up the phone and talk to him or he calls you, as soon as you get off the phone, it's like you're in a better mood, because this guy is the most complimentary, humble fellow I've ever met in my life, and I'm very grateful to have him as a friend. Wesley Cato was another one that had some influence over me this year. He got me out of my comfort zone at a training I was at and set me down to do some sewing, and now I've been looking into buying a sewing machine. So thanks, Wesley. Marty Adams-Check, Milton Benavides, Adam Devine, Joe G. Lombardo, Leon Winchester, all industry professionals that have had some type of influence over me in my professional career, and I'm happy to be friends with those guys.
She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him, so I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? You gotta make a decision.
The reason I think that I should be considered one of the top 50 installers is because I'm extremely versatile, fast-paced installer. I do everything from basic radio jobs day to day here, door speakers, amp and subs, 4-channel amps, 5-channel DSP tuning, and then get into the custom world where we're making custom application, custom pillars, and doing heavy DSP tuning. So I'm very well rounded as far as an installer, and I feel like that's what a real installer of the year is. I'm not a one-trick pony that I can only do fab or I can only do clean wiring. I can do it all. Another thing would be I'm extremely approachable. I've had multiple people at Knowledge Fest events that I've trained at come up to me and say, look, man, before I even knew who you were, I felt like we were friends, because I guess the passion that I have for our industry and loving everything about what we do, it really just reflects, and people relate to that and feel like I'm very approachable. Here's my workspace and tools used to perform my profession. So I have my tuning cart, daily tool cart. So this has a monitor for dual screen when we're using RTA and DSP tuning. I've got tape drawer, crimpers, strippers, flush cuts, picks, standard wire tools. Got screwdrivers, cutters, crimpers, pliers. Power drawer that has your solder iron, heat gun, impact regulator, and drill batteries. Got a SA3055 old school RTA and a DMRTA, plus some cabling, some calibrated tuning lights. Here I have an oscilloscope for setting gains correctly, multimeter, polarity checking tools. You have the Techno Research flash tool for Harleys, OBD scan tool. The big box has more screwdrivers and precision drivers, nut drivers, and pry tools. These are going to be standard and ratcheting open end wrenches. Here I've got all the sockets, ratchets, and torque wrenches. Down here, I got pneumatic cutting tools, plus I have threaded insert tool, plus your riveting tool, and all the parts that go with it. Sheet metal shears and punches, and air impacts, drills, and ratchets. Air nailers and hammers. And then I have a crimper, hydraulic crimper, and tap and die set, and air tools. Now, as far as my workspace goes, I've got 16 foot of counter to myself. This is actually my laptop I use for tuning, or as you can see, flashing maestros. We just did a radio here. Another solder area with heat shrink. Got sodium batteries that are fixing to go in this old school. This is my parts bin. So it's got every part you need to do professional installation, wire ferrules, terminals, screws, stainless screws, grommets, heat shrink, zip ties, push pins, anything you need to do the install correctly. Got 2 wire racks over here, and turn back around. So you see we got 3 vehicles stacked in here right now for me. Panel racks for the vehicles, so parts for this one, parts for that one. Got a lift to, work under the vehicle. And one of my favorite spots, the literature reading room. That's where I stay up to date on all the new products and get my little rest in.
Managed to save just a little bit of money, won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. He live with a bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone.
On the Slingshot dash kit, it's all acrylic. It's got the Slingshot logo here, the Rockford PMX, and when you turn it on, the logo lights up blue to match all the blue accents. And there's your radio. Pretty slick.
Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling